So today we're going to be talking to Mon and Mayan from Sweet Life Lanta, the YouTube channel. They're living here on Koh Lanta, and we're going to be talking today about the little businesses that they've set up, the good, the bad and the ugly of working on the island and in Thailand in general. There are good days, there are bad days of course, and I'm just interested to pick their brain about living here and setting up the businesses and the stress that's involved in that. So Sweet Life Lanta, Mon and Mayan, let's go. As an initial question, how did you end up here? How did you guys meet? How did you end up here on Lanta? And what is your channel all about?
So I came from further down south, close to Malaysia border, called Pattani. Year 2003, person in this world that I met called our good friend, become my good friend.
I think it's too long already.
Okay, so basically, I met friend, become a good friend. He's from Sweden, and then.
Let me tell it short. Mon came here, met me. We had a relationship for a while, but living in different places. Then we decided to come and live here.
Right.
We said we will not do any hospitality business. Mon was working in oil and gas, so he was having good salary and all. I was a housewife, like a good wife should be, right? Anyways, it just the business just happened by how do you call it, by accident. Like most things happen to us, to be honest. It's just us, how we operate. I think the first part was just that we saw a really nice house of one of our neighbors, and we went in, and he wasn't living there. He was just having lunch there, and he said, "Oh, come in, have a look." And we said, like, "Wow, this place is so awesome. Why don't you make it into a guest house?" And the guy said, "Oh, really? Do you think people are interested?" We're like, "Yeah, man, it's like a fisherman house. People would love to live like this on the water." And what do you reckon? A week later, he come to our house and give us the key and say, "I want you to run a guest house in my house." And we're like, what? We didn't plan to do any business like that, right? But I mean, the idea was there, and he gave us the key. So we asked, like, "What do you want in return?" And he said, "Nothing to start with, but once you start making money, I want a share of the profits." So we said yes, because it sounded like a really fun thing to do.
Right.
And he was working in oil and gas, but I didn't have anything to do, and I was not a really good housewife. So I took the key and we started doing like renovation there, right?
We did a little big cleanup, we did
that was the start of our business.
Right.
And then the second part that happened is that his amazing job in oil and gas, he became redundant. So they sent him out, and he was like, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I feel worried. I take care of my family, the money, where it's going to come from." So my idea was like, "Hey, no worries. This beautiful house we live in, we can rent it out and make it an Airbnb." So, I mean, first he said, like, it's
like I said, like I build the houses for us, for our family, so I don't expect to put on rent or anything.
But then I said, $100 a day.
And it's a beautiful house by the water.
Yeah, it's a really unbelievable house. It's actually too beautiful to live there every day, you know? You shouldn't. You should just come there sometimes only because it's too beautiful. Yeah, so that's the start of our business. And yeah, one thing led to another, and I don't know, we always just got another opportunity, another business got presented, so we grew steadily. And all of a sudden, just before COVID, we were running like a guest house, 3 guest houses, like 5 Airbnbs, and then the cooking class as well.
Right.
The cooking class was also like a bit of coincidence.
No, actually the cooking class, because one of my dream I want during working in oil and gas field, I just like because 5 weeks on the boat, 5 weeks holiday, I feel like I want to find something that I can be close to my family as much as I can, so I don't need to go away. So I dream about quit the job in oil and gas and open the cooking class on the island. But in that moment, Mayan asked, like, "So how you gonna do? What you gonna do? How to compete to existing the cooking class already?" I said, like, "I don't know, but I just wanted my dream." So my dream was to be how to find the job or what to start my life to be able to stay in the house on this island, because I left Koh Lanta. I said my house here, I built a house here, I want to have my family in this island. So what should I do? And then during 5 weeks I keep looking at the potential, what to do, how thing, and then I love cooking. So I feel like I look at the YouTube channel about the people cooking. It's like Thai food in the YouTube's a lot, and then I feel like, hey, I can just do what I want to do, just cook. And then when I got redundancy from the job, I just like, yes, this good thing can happen. And then we had a customer asking like, where, Mon and Mayan, where can I find, can you recommend the place for the cooking class? And then I look at Mayan and say like, let's start today right now.
So you guys have a really busy life, because not only 2 guest houses, but you've got 2 guest houses, 1 Airbnb.
Before we had more, but during COVID we closed down a few places.
Because
and
not belong to us. So
we only kept our own
we
places.
We rent it out.
So now you have Green Pepper,
Yeah.
guest house, you have the cooking class going on,
Yeah.
you have the Airbnb,
Yeah. And we have another guest house called Sweet Life.
and another guest house called Sweet Life,
Yeah.
Right.
and YouTube.
And YouTube.
And I do YouTube, and I know that YouTube is enough, like on its own,
Right.
let alone having children.
Right. And we don't have a nanny. We don't have a cleaner. We don't.
Some people might, from the outside, look at your life on Sweet Life Lanta and be like, oh, what a dream, like so chill.
Right.
It's so easy.
Right.
How would you paint the picture? What would you...
Yeah, for me the hardest part is combining being a business owner with being a parent, because as a mother, I think every mother knows that feeling. I'm not sure about fathers though. Ryan, you can tell me, but I know my husband doesn't have any problem with it. But there's a thing called mother's guilt. Is something that you feel when you don't give enough attention to your kids, or when they start like misbehaving and you think it's your fault. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on, because yeah, on one hand, I love my kids and they're the most important thing for me in my life, more than the business. But on the other hand, I love my job too, and I have a responsibility in my job as well, you know?
Yeah.
And I need to make my guests happy too. So there's a lot of pressure. Yeah.
So just before we hear about Mon's big investment mistake and Mon and Mayan's troubles and difficulties of living here and working here on the island, I'd just like to mention our long-term partners, SURFSHARK. Many of you have downloaded SURFSHARK already. We've been talking about it for a long time. This is a company that we know, that we use, that we trust, that we love. And what SURFSHARK does is it keeps your information private while browsing online to make sure that your data is not stolen. But more than this, it has other applications. If you are getting bored of your Netflix libraries and you want to change things up, simply change the location in the top right corner and you will get access to different Netflix libraries from around the world, for example in the US. This also works for apps like BBC iPlayer or Channel 4, or even block content on YouTube. You can use the VPN to bypass this and get access to the content. On top of this, you can avoid price discrimination. So sometimes when we search from one location, prices are different to if we search from a different location. Simply change up the location and see if you can save some money. So they've given us an offer to give to you. You can click the link in the description and enter code word BAMBOO for an exclusive SURFSHARK discount and 3 months extra free. For an expat that was thinking, that never lived in Thailand before, was thinking, I'd love to have a guest house, or I'd love to have a bar in Thailand, what would your initial advice be for taking that journey?
I would say like this.
Okay.
For me, I want to say, you can have a dream. Go for a dream first, and then go to the place that you want to own. Stay there first. Don't listen to people tell you how good, how dong, how beautiful it is until you put your hand on. Right? So many people just like, you live in the bubble, you expect this word gonna come. But you look from the outside, you're like, wow, beautiful place. I should purchase that building or whatever, purchase that piece of land. Don't yet. Just get into the area and see and spend the time at least 1 year.
Yeah.
To start with, then you know what it is people try to sell you is true or not.
Yeah,
It's happened to me myself. Before I met my wife, before I met my Yan, I rent one building of 7 rooms. The price of rental is crazy amount, and then they say, "Oh, the profit gonna be this price every month." In my head, I say, "Okay, all right, I have money in my hand." I just that time I'm 31 years old, working with oil and gas for a few years, and I have a lot of money. I don't want to work anymore. I just want to be my own boss. Yeah, of course. You just believe what people say. And then I put all my money in there. I'm not even there for 5 weeks. I'm not doing myself. I just come back 5 weeks and try to work on my ass off. But I realize at the end of the day, every salary from my work, I have to pay to my stuff.
Yeah,
No single income back to me.
exactly.
But I'm still alive because first I'm not get the mortgage. I'm not asking my parents a single penny. I just use from what I have from my own hand. I just learn by myself. I make my own mistakes. So what happened if I borrow money from a parent or get a loan from the bank? I kill myself at some point already. Yeah. The lesson is don't get the loan. Don't go listen and believe or dream that gonna be the way you want.
Right.
There are many mistakes happen to many people in this world.
Yeah.
Go there and see first. Put your hand on that. Then you know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then my second tip, so that's like the best tip ever. Like just we live here for many years already on Koh Lanta, right? We see so many people come in to do business. A lot of like expats or Western people, and a lot of people also move out after a few years because it's
Right.
not working the way they imagine. And I think stay here for a while, see how it works, see how is low season for real, see who are your competitors, see is there even a need for your business? Is there anyone else doing that thing that you want to do? And once you decided that you want to do it, just think how you gonna make it stand out. How you gonna make it different than what everybody else is doing? You know, I see people coming in and they want to have a resort on the beach. So they rent the land for a lot of money and they make the room. And then I see the picture of the room and it just looks exactly like all the 100,000 pictures of all the other rooms on the island.
Right.
So why would anybody choose your resort when there's 300 resorts to choose from, right? So make sure you have something different, you know?
Right.
Same like when we start a YouTube channel, right, Ryan? You need to make sure that you have something different and unique.
It's a unique concept, a unique journey.
Right.
Which brings us nicely on to YouTube.
Right.
What was the inspiration of starting YouTube, and how are you finding that is melting in with your day-to-day duties? It seems to me that you guys don't have a spare minute.
Right. So in order to do YouTube, I need to have staff doing my job. That's the only way. So.
And you need your husband to cook the food for you.
Yeah, YouTube is like a full-time job for me, like especially for me because I take a lot of time to make every single video. And yeah, also creativity for me only flowing when I have time in my hand. So when I'm really busy with all like little details, like I cannot do YouTube, so I need a space. So it's or and YouTube started when I had a lot of time. It was during COVID when Thailand just closed the border for the tourists and we had no business whatsoever. So that's what the time that we started the YouTubing. Yeah, and it was again just like a coincidence. Somebody just threw something at me and another person threw another thing at me and all of a sudden I was starting a YouTube channel. Yeah.
And what would you say, like, you know, in a brief summary of what is your channel about?
I'm starting to understand what I love the most is people stories and cultures meeting, right? So I love the fact that in Koh Lanta, especially this place, is a very multicultural place. We have people here from all over the world. We have all these different Thai people here, and everybody comes here for one thing, for freedom. So we have something in common, but we all from different corners of the world. So yeah, I love this energy of like cultures meeting up, you know? And there are no rules also in this place, you know, like in the Western world we have some rules. For example, when you work in a corporate world, you wear like a suit and you put on makeup as a woman and you wear high heels. But on this island, there are no rules with regards to what you're gonna wear. You know, there are people in the market selling that look like they're wearing a pajama, and there are girls on a motorbike with bikini, and then there's a Muslim ladies with a burqa, and everybody exists here. I love that about this island, and that's kind of like what my channel is about.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And what then finally what does the future look like for Mon and Mayan? Like, you seem to be people that are very entrepreneurial, very ambitious. You've had dreams that you've made come true. I've seen it myself here. What's the future? What are you dreaming of? What are you hoping to do?
Start my short-term future. It's gonna happen next few months already. So I'm dying to have my own duck house, my fish farm, my garden around. Right, so this year I took off from the low season cooking class. So the last year I used to do it, I'm a few years back, but this year I just like, okay, I'm stopped the low season work, so I just continue what I want to do. It's just have little farm in my own house. So just to bring back my childhood, the feeling of how happy you are to just collect the duck egg from the duck house and cook and let my kids see life not just everything easy in life. Life have something on the way to get what you want. That's my short term. So it's gonna happen soon.
Happening now.
Happening already. We're
Yeah,
starting already. But the long term plan, my wife will continue later on. Yes.
No, but because we don't have plans, we have like millions of ideas, and some of them we will do, and some we will not. Right. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many plans, like you said, like don't afraid to dream, right? So I have many dreams, like I want to build more houses to put on rent, blah blah blah, or build swimming pool.
I want to build a bamboo like hideaway, kind of like in Bali,
so,
but right here on this property somewhere.
Yeah, so
you know,
maybe that can happen as well. But like I said, short term, the duck house coming before all the stuff. The happiness first coming because kids still young here, so we need to think about when they get older. Now they're 8 and 5, so 8 and 6. So kind of like we're not talking about secondary school yet. So who knows when the time comes, we might need to go live in Holland for the kid have better education, or we go travel, see how the world look like. You know, yeah, and we don't know really. We don't know really like what is legit plan over here to come. But at least we have room now for a few more years before the kid grow bigger, and then we decide what they want. What should we do for real? Yeah. But YouTube we're still doing.
But my first job, when I got my first job, the guy asked, of course, how do you see yourself in 5 years? And my answer was, I have no clue where I am in 5 years. And I think this answer is still valid now. I have no clue where I am in 5 years.
Did you get the job?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the job.
That's
Yeah,
good.
it was a great job.
Actually,
I'm happy I don't have it anymore.
Actually, they asked me the same question when that time I said like when I get a job oil and gas. Said, can you tell me what's your plan next 5 years? I say, I'm still young, I don't know. What do you want from me for 5 years? I just enjoy my life, is what I say.
Yeah.
That's what I do the most. In 5 years, if I enjoy today, next 5 years to enjoy my life. But if I have I'm looking for this job that I can spend money, I can give money to my parents to take care of the whole family but you still want to having fun in your life.
I want to say one more thing. I don't know if you're going to use it or not, but so every foreigner need to have a Thai partner, right? And I think that's where it goes wrong many times, especially when you come with a dream and then you need some Thai partner to make your dream come true. That's where you maybe not find the right person and get a lot of problems even. You can get a lot of problems if you have the wrong partner.
Right.
But I've also seen people who found a Thai partner who added a lot of value to the business. And I think like if you live in Thailand, you want to come make your dream business come true, you come and live here first, you come and learn the language first, do some effort to get to know the people around, get to know the locals, and maybe you're lucky and you can find like, and it's not just luck, right? Like it's all about what you do. A really great Thai partner who can bring something into the business. You know, Thai people, these days there are a lot of people who are very smart, very highly educated, or maybe not even highly educated, but just streetwise. Some people come with, they have land, they have money, they have ideas, I think there's a lot of like really talented Thai people that you can collaborate with. And
You got lucky as well.
it's not luck, you know. I choose him. Okay, you choose me.
And also one thing, you start a business, better do legally. Don't do something stupid. Like believe people say, oh, I can do something for you, la 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 la. Don't trust all this stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mon, Mayan, thank
Right.
you. If
Love
people
that.
want to find more about you, where are they going to?
Sweet Life Lanta. Here we go.
We didn't coordinate that. That just happened. That should just happen. So, seeing a lot of that during my stay here. And thanks for inviting me, guys. I'm going to be staying at your place today, so I'll leave you a review, an honest review,
Yeah.
like 2 stars.
Go for it, go for it. We're looking for the
That's okay,
low,
you love
low
our place.
review because we've got good review for so much already.
Right. I like
Alright,
variety.
Thank you very much, yeah? Bye.
Bye.